Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video I will show you how to create a new user with password dynamically into MySQL phpmyadmin database using PHP coding. And now let's enter the login name. I'm adding Charan. The password is a password I have entered. Now before creating a new user, once again we'll check. Right now this user accounts in the root we got 3 usernames. Now I'm creating a new user. See, here we got a message, user created successfully. Let's check the user accounts. Notice here the username Charan, the password is S. Let's log out. We'll enter with the new user and password. The username is a Charan and the password I'm entering. Go. And see here the database server, the username Charan at localhost. We successfully created a new user with password dynamically in PHP to log in MySQL phpmyadmin database. That's it. If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. I just logged into MySQL phpmyadmin database with the root user at localhost. This is a default username. We can log in MySQL phpmyadmin database without password. When you check the user accounts, if you notice in the user accounts overview, there are 3 usernames. These usernames is not created by the users. Now my aim is I want to create a new username with password to log into MySQL phpmyadmin database. Let's start the coding part. For this video tutorial, I'm using Notepad++. Now in this new one page, I'm adding HTML5 code. HTML, I'm closing the HTML tag. Header section, I'm closing the head. After that, I'm adding body. I'm closing the body section. Now in this body, I'm adding center tag. Closing the center tag. H1, how to create new user with password dynamically in MySQL phpmyadmin database using PHP code. After that, I'm adding one horizontal line. After the horizontal line, I'm adding 2 text box controls, one for the username and the second one for the password. And the last control, I want to add the button control. So let's add that one. Enter new user login name. I'm adding input type is equals to, which is text. ID is equals to yes or text. Let's close this one. Enter password. Input type is equals to the type of the control, which is the password. ID is equals to text pwd. After that, I'm adding one more horizontal line. Let's add the button control. Input type is equals to submit. ID is equals to button submit and value is equals to create new user. That's it, we have done the designing part. Before writing the PHP code, let's save this file. I'm saving this file in the root folder www php create new user .php. Let's save this file. We'll check the output, how it looks, the designing part. And here we got the output of that code, which contains the header tags and 2 text box controls and 1 button control. Now my aim is, I want to create a new user login name to log into my phpmyadmin database. So let's write the coding part. Now before writing the coding part, the main important tags we must add. In the body tag, I'm adding the form tag. Method is equals to, we are posting the data to the database. So I'm adding the method post. I'm closing the form tag after the center tag. Now let's add the attributes for the text box control and the button control. Name is equals to text new user. For the password, name is equals to pwd, and the button control name submit. So after adding the form tag and the name attributes to the control, let's write the PHP code. PHP if is set $_post between double quotes. I'm adding the button control. We are posting the data. I'm adding the button control name, which is a submit. I'm adding the connection variables. $con is equals to mysqli_connect method. Connect method takes the 4 parameters. One is a host, username, and password, and database name. So our aim is to create the new username and password. First we'll add the host name. Our host name is a local host, comma, and the second one string username. And we want to create a new user in phpmyadmin database. We have to create in the user root. So I'm adding the username root between double quotes, root, and password and the database name. I'm leaving blank both. If the connection is failed, I want to display the error message. So if not $con, I'm adding die method, connection failed, dot mysqli_connect error number method. Let's create a new user with password to log in MySQL phpmyadmin database. $query is equals to, the query is create user, make sure give gaps. The username we are entering in the input text box control, which is a text new user. Copy this one. Dot $_post between square brackets. I'm adding the text new user. Dot between double quotes the username at localhost identified by between single quotes, between double quotes, dot. I'm adding $_post between double quotes. I'm adding the name pwd. And once again I'm telling, make sure in this query identified by use space, and here also create user space and the username at localhost identified by the password. if mysqli underscore query method, this query method takes two parameters. The first one is a link, which is a connection object $con, comma, and the second one is a string query, which is this one. Once a new user is created successfully, I want to display the message echo user created successfully, else echo username is already exists dot mysqli underscore error method, and this error method takes a mysqli link, which is a connection object. mysqli underscore close method, I'm adding connection object. That's it. Let's save the file. Right now in this root at localhost user contains these three usernames. Let's add a new username dynamically. I'm reloading the browser. Oops, we got an error, unexpected. And number 12. There's one more close. We forgot to close the bracket. Let's save this file. I'm reloading the browser, and now let's enter the login name. I'm adding Charan. The password is a password I have entered. Now before creating a new user, once again we'll check. Right now this user accounts in the root, we got three usernames. Now I'm creating a new user. See, here we got a message user created successfully. Let's check the user accounts. Notice here the username Charan, the password is S. Let's log out. We'll enter with the new user and password. The username is a Charan and the password I'm entering. Go. And see here the database server, the username Charan at localhost. We successfully created a new user with password dynamically in PHP to log in MySQL phpmyadmin database. That's it.